tents of our own. But despite that, right now we are short of 2 million mosquito nets. We are short of 2 million mosquito nets. The animals are dying because of mosquito bites. We need at least 1 million animal mosquito nets. Rations we are arranging ourselves. The World Food Program has helped us tremendously. I remember the 2010 flood and the relief that came from the World Food Program was commendable. We need similar efforts this year. And lastly, current needs medicines. We've exhausted our suppliers here in the province. Our friendly countries are sending us some medicines, but we need medicines for malaria. We need medicines for diarrhea. We need medicines for skin disease that have come up. Apart from that, we have to come out of this. We are fighting this. We have to be resilient. We, in the province of Sindh, have set ourselves a 2-month target. We want majority of this water evacuated within 2 months. It's going to be a very difficult task, but we are resolute that we are going to do it. Not 100% of the water, but our target is to get 75% of the water. And I'll just very quickly tell you how the water would go. On the right bank, starting from Kashmir, all these districts, the water comes down to this small blue dot that you see here, which is the Manchur Lake, which right now is about 10 times its normal size. It's gone up to, on the southern side, there are hills. So we've actually sent water to the hills also this time. This water has inundated this entire Sevan Tehsil after breaches, man-made. We cut the Manchur Lake ourselves, and now the water is going into the Indus, but the water coming in is still more than water going out into the river. We are hoping that the river levels will be more favorable in a few days and more water will be evacuated. So all this water will go out from the Manchur Lake into River Indus and then to the sea. On the left bank of Indus, the districts close to next to the river, there are river escapes of canals. So we are going to use them to pump water into these escapes and then flow these water from the escapes into the river. But the other districts which are away, starting from the eastern side of Khairpur, the eastern side of Nawabshah, the districts of Sanghar, Umarkot, Mirpur Khas, all of these would evacuate water through Badin into the sea. And that's the only way the water would go out. So we're trying our best to evacuate this water, and our target is to get 75% of the water out within 2 months, so that we can at least try to sow the rub crop, the wheat crop in the province. If we are not able to do that, the farmers who've lost 350 billion rupees will lose another crop.
That sowing will be delayed in any case.
Sowing will be delayed, but we will have late varieties and try and so when the water recedes, all the people displaced will go back to their houses immediately. They won't wait for the government to provide facilities, because they want to earn their living, they want to sow their land for the next crop. And we'll need again a large quantity of shelters, of tents, of tarpals, of some kind of temporary shelters. And this target that we've set ourselves is 2 months, and we estimate about 3 million more tents that we are going to need, or shelters, if I may, for the short term, just this 2 months. We need to support these farmers. Farmers in the province, or in Pakistan generally, and in the province of Sindh particularly, live from crop to crop. We take credit for our inputs, and we pay the creditors when we reap the crop. And we don't have anything to pay back the creditors. We don't have any money. The creditors will not give us more money. Even they are out of money. So we need to provide them support, and we feel that, and we need to provide them support for seed, we need to provide them support for fertilizer, we need to provide them support for tilling the land, to provide them fuel for their tractors if they have any remaining. And the estimate there is about 50 billion rupees would have to go immediately to the farming community just to sow the Rabi crop. Livestock support, The other source of income of the rural people is livestock. And though the damage is much larger, but we feel that immediately we need to import livestock from areas, from countries which have similar climates or similar breeds, so that we can give to these livestock farmers, and another 20 billion is required. Our irrigation network is devastated. The estimate for revival of the irrigation network, and this is a very preliminary estimate, is 195 billion rupees. We need to spend 30 billion rupees in the next 2 months to revive the system, to at least be able to sow the Rabi crop. Just to that level. It's not a complete rehabilitation. Just put it on a ventilator so that it survives and is able to give water to the Rabi crop. Similarly, the road network, the total amounts are much larger, but we need to spend about 15 billion rupees in the next 2 months to make the roads motorable. Right now, you cannot go from Sukkur to Karachi. There's only one route, and the normal driving time is about 6 to 7 hours. It may take you up to 24 hours right now to get to Karachi by taking some detours, and you probably need a 4x4 vehicle. You would not be able to go in a small car. The government buildings, especially the schools and hospitals that have been damaged, we need to restore them immediately. And we estimate an amount of about 5 billion rupees for that immediately. Karachi, I told you, though it does not have water, when you go there in the evening, Mr. Secretary, tonight you won't see water in Karachi, but it had 11 times of the normal rain. The infrastructure is, and you would probably see that, is completely damaged. And we would need right now, in order to revive the infrastructure, and again this 2-month target, about 10 billion rupees. Then we have a medium-term target for 1 year. We need to make houses for these people. Again, at a cost of 300,000 rupees per house, we are estimating 900 billion rupees to make these houses. And they need a support. The provincial government, the federal government, and we're requesting the international agencies will have to come for the support. This is not their doing, they're suffering because of others. As I said, irrigation network, we expect to spend another 165 billion rupees just to revive it to where it was on the 1st of July 2022. The road networks, to revive it again, to bring it to where it was on the 1st of July 2022, we need 45 billion, another 10 billion for government buildings, and the Karachi infrastructure, 10 billion we need immediately, and another 60 billion we estimate in the next year to make it livable, if I may. And I'll just try and end quickly. Ultimately, we need to upgrade our irrigation and drainage infrastructure. We cannot withstand these. We were not built for 10 times the rain. I don't think we'd be able to build the infrastructure for 10 times the rain, but at least we can endeavor to drain out the water quicker than what it takes now. This is a very rough estimate. We need 1 trillion rupees to upgrade the irrigation infrastructure, raise the dikes. The flood protection bund, which protects us from the hill torrents, was breached at 5 or 6 places, and we raised it after 2010 by 5 feet or 6 feet, but it breached at 6 places. So we need to strengthen that. The river dikes need to be strengthened. This year we did not have. We had just a heavy flood, not a super flood. We had 600,000 cusics at Urdu barrage roughly. We've experienced up to 1.1 million cusics. The average flow at Urdu barrage is about 400,000 cusics. The way the environment, the way the nature is hitting back at us, if we get 10 times the 10 times the flows in the river, that's about